Chase Briscoe didn't simply win at Darlington, he conveyed a message for NASCAR, a message for the garage, a message to all drivers who have ever questioned him, dismissed him, or pushed him aside. This wasn't just a victory, it was vengeance. Cold, deliberate, and loud enough to ring out every trailer in the paddock. And now, with alarming new evidence and rising whispers from within the sport, the true story behind Briscoe's remarkable surge may have just been revealed. Let us rewind. A year ago, Chase Briscoe was a punchline, swallowed by a faltering Stewart-Haas team, lost in the shuffle, a playoff ghost. He has talent but lacks punch. He wasn't simply overlooked, he was written off. Fast forward to this week, and Briscoe has become the first driver in over 20 years to win consecutive Southern 500s. But what makes this one even deadlier? He completed it with a different squad, a brand fresh crew, a new manufacturer, a new fire. "Man, just incredible," Briscoe exclaimed at Darlington, soaked in sweat and redemption. "It's awesome to win 2 Southern 500s in a row. This is my favorite race of the year. Because you are race enthusiasts, every time we come here the place is sold out, and the atmosphere is unlike any other." However, that was not the full quote. What Briscoe didn't and couldn't say is now leaking out behind closed doors. According to sources close to the number 19 camp, Briscoe has been fighting under the surface, not simply to establish his membership, but to make someone pay. The garage is aware of the situation. The other drivers are aware of this. NASCAR may have attempted to bury it, but now he's in front. Briscoe dominated the Southern 500 in his Joe Gibbs Racing Toyota, leading 309 of 367 laps. That is not a fluke, that is a takeover. "It was fun to be behind the wheel of it," he told me, but here's the kicker, he almost lost it. Tyler Reddick attempted a frantic dive bomb in the final corner. He almost pulled it off. However, nearly does not halt the storm. Reddick's last-second lunge failed, and Briscoe held the line, as he has all year, despite chaos, controversy, and career uncertainty. And let us be clear, this wasn't merely a victory, that was a statement. While major names like Kyle Larson, Joey Logano, William Byron, and Josh Berry struggled outside the top 15, with some even wrecking or falling multiple laps down, Briscoe swept the stages and easily advanced to the round of 12. The Southern 500 was not a race, it was a cleanse. Briscoe was the executioner, but this is where it turns black. Several insiders have hinted that Briscoe's recent performance increase is more than just chance or a fast car. No, there is talk of a more elaborate scheme, a retribution tour. "It's not just about winning," an insider explained. "It's about proving to people that they were wrong to doubt him. He is coming for more than just trophies. He wants names." And the names? They're beginning to look nervous. Josh Berry, previously regarded as a tenacious underdog, did not even make it past turn 1. On lap 1, Berry's car collided with Reddick and ended his race. "What the hell?" Berry exclaimed, stunned. His automobile was damaged. What are his playoff hopes? Practically gone. What's with the irony? Reddick, who was hit by Berry's collision, nearly stole Briscoe's win on the final corner. Coincidence? Or has anarchy come full circle? Meanwhile, Joey Logano finished a disappointing 20th. Alex Bowman finished 31st. Christopher Bell, Briscoe's JGR teammate, finished 29th after pit road chaos. It was a night full of mistakes, dropped calls, and missed opportunities. And in the midst of it all, Briscoe was perfect, calm, relentless, as if he knew something the others didn't. Now let us discuss the whispers in the garage. Crew chiefs are baffled. Analysts are speechless. Even experienced drivers are raising their eyebrows. "There's no way someone just flips a switch like that," stated one anonymous competitor. "Something is different. You can feel it." But Briscoe is not explaining. He does not have to. He's letting the scoreboard speak, and right now it is screaming. He's not just locked into the next round, he's had the entire playoff field on edge. And make no mistake, this is just the beginning, because while Briscoe is rising, others are sliding rapidly. Josh Berry is already 19 points behind the cutoff. Bowman and Dillon? Same. Logano's holding on to optimism. And Briscoe? He is already out of reach. Already untouchable. But why now? Why Darlington? Why this race? Let's get back to that question. Why now? Why is Chase Briscoe now tearing up the field with the precision and dominance we haven't seen since prime Kyle Busch or peak Kevin Harvick? Why Darlington? Why this particular moment? Because it was never solely about the race. It was personal. And what's coming out now could explain everything. Behind the scenes, Briscoe's transfer to Joe Gibbs Racing was more than just a career change. It was a rescue operation. After Stuart Haas disintegrated around him, many assumed Briscoe would pass away peacefully, as so many others have. But what did the fans not know? Briscoe had already laid the groundwork for something larger. According to sources close to the garage, he was in covert negotiations with top Toyota executives as early as spring, long before the public was aware that SHR was in trouble. And his appeal was not based on loyalty or money, it was about vengeance. He wanted a shot at destroying the system that had abandoned him. Joe Gibbs awarded him the match. Briscoe is now rising like a machine meant for war, in a field where playoff drivers are spinning into walls, making pit stop mistakes, and crumbling under pressure. Eric Jones stated after the race, "We had nothing for him. We tried everything, but that 19 was on a different level." But Jones didn't say it as if it were praise. He stated it with terror. Because what we are witnessing is not normal. Briscoe is not just better, he is unshakable. And the rest of the grid is beginning to feel the heat. Denny Hamlin, a playoff veteran, faded after colliding with Briscoe in Stage 2. "I don't know what's wrong," he said over the radio. "It just won't go." Chris Buescher? Briscoe slammed the wall after fighting Ross Chastain in another playoff brawl that he completely avoided by staying ahead of the pandemonium. Meanwhile, Briscoe, he had no cool suit and no helmet fan, which were two of the most painful things a driver might confront in Darlington's 500-mile heat. Nevertheless, he never cracked, he never faded. In fact, the discomfort appeared to propel him forward. So, what's fueling the fire? Insiders feel that it all boils down to one thing: respect. Briscoe never received it, not from the media, the industry, or the big-name drivers. But what happens after this win? After leading over 300 laps and fending off a final corner onslaught by Reddick, you need to respect him now, or fear him. However, it's not over, because Briscoe's victory did more than simply shake up Darlington. It turned the entire playoff bracket upside down. He is now the only driver who has been officially locked into the round of 12. Anyone else? They are bleeding. Larson ranks 19th. Logano, we're down 3 points. Barry, minus 19, crashes before turn 2. Bowman, he's also minus 19 and spinning. And get this, Briscoe didn't just pass them, he buried them. A flawless sweep of all 3 stages, with no significant blunders, pit road calamities, or controversy. It's as if he came to Darlington with a mission, and the field had no idea they were targets until it was too late. But this is where things get even more weird. Several crew chiefs have begun to discuss Briscoe's performance, and they are not simply appreciating it, they are doubting it. Unnamed team member stated, "I don't want to say anything out loud, but that car, it was doing things we didn't think were possible in clean air. Especially so late in a long run." That has caused some concern. Some people are whispering about JGR's data sharing. Some wonder how Briscoe achieved such a large, rapid leap. Others, particularly those who lost at Darlington, are beginning to sling shade in private, but no one is saying anything formal, because deep down, everyone knows what happens when you poke the bear. Briscoe isn't just back, he is dangerous. If he is on a revenge mission to prove critics and doubters wrong, Darlington is only the beginning of the season. Gateway is next. Then there's Bristol, the chaotic Coliseum. What if Briscoe keeps this up? He won't only make the round of 12, he plans to reinvent the entire playoff story. He might simply burn it down. So here's the actual question for all of us watching from home. Is this the redemption story of a fallen star, or the ascension of NASCAR's most dangerous underdog? Please let us know in the comments, because this story is far from over.